Welcome to our Blogger Roundtable. We are here in the team meeting room at the Jets facility in Florham Park, and we're joined by Glenn Naughton of JetNation.com, Scott Salmon, you all know him from GangreneNation.com, and of course, Joe Caporoso. Turn on the Jets. Okay, fellas, let's talk about personnel groupings. Joe, you touched upon it before. You expect Buster Skrine to be on the field a lot, and a lot of people on the outside have figured that as well. The Jets, Scott, have said we're base 3-4, but we can run many configurations out of the 3-4. What do you anticipate seeing from them defensively this year?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of different things. I think if you look back to what Bowles did in Arizona, we saw a lot of nickel packages. So we'll see a lot of 5 defensive backs on the field while keeping the 3-4. I think we'll see a lot of 4 down linemen, especially with the addition of Leonard Williams. So I think it's going to be sort of all over the place. We'll see regular 3-4. We'll see a nickel. We'll see the 4-3, possibly a 4 for people joking around. I'm not sure if they're joking around about a 4-2-5, just with the strengths of the defensive line and the secondary. So I think there's a lot of potential what they can do, and I think Coach Bowles is someone that can get the most out of that.
Glenn, what do you think? Obviously, you study a lot of tape. You just mentioned it before.
From what we know about Todd Bowles, he does like a lot of versatility. He does like to be able to employ a lot of different packages. And, you know, I've read about him using the 5-2. He was successful with that. He did a lot of different things. The thing that I'm most interested to see is, with this level of talent, if Leonard Williams pans out to be the player they're hoping he is, this defensive line kind of reminds me of what the Tampa Bay Bucks used to be able to do when they didn't have to blitz. I mean, Todd Bowles may love blitzing, but if he can get pressure with the 4 guys up front, he may not have to blitz as much as he has in the past. Really looking forward to seeing how this team performs on third down, because it was such a struggle last year getting off the field. They one of the worst teams in the league, you know, stopping offenses on third down. So I think that an aggressive defense, but maybe not as aggressive as people are talking about, because you may not have to.
Well, that's a great point. Joe, your thoughts? Because we know Bowles was an aggressive play caller. You guys mentioned the heavy defensive back sets with the Cardinals. He played a lot of 3 safety looks at times. But will we see a more aggressive Todd Bowles, if that's even possible? We're pairing up with Kacy, Rodgers. When you look at the depth on the defensive line, and now you have more guys who can play that the man-to-man press on the outside.
I'm curious to see how he actually uses this group of linebackers, because it's a very deep and versatile group, and there's guys who have some pretty big names who might not even be able to stick on this final roster. When you look, obviously you have David Harris and Demario Davis. I think hopefully we'll see a little more of Davis coming after the quarterback. You have Coples and Pace and Babin on the edge. You draft Lorenzo Malden in the 3rd round. You still have IK and Trevor Riley from last year. So how does he divide up the playing time at that second level? Because everybody talks about the Jets' defensive line, which might end up being the best in the NFL. Their secondary is obviously loaded with talent. I think you'll see a guy like Calvin Pryor probably used to blitz a lot more frequently than he did last year. But at that linebacker position, is this the year it all comes together for Quentin Coples? Does Jason Babin still have enough left in the tank to get 6-7 sacks? Or does a guy like Malden come in as a rookie and able to make an immediate impact instead of, you know, maybe just being a special teams player before becoming a full-time guy in 2016?